Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain. Alright, so for this quest, it brings us to House Deneath in the Anvil Fire Inn, which is the northernmost inn here in House Deneath, to an individual named Kristana of Fairhaven, and she bestows a quest, and is also actually the quest entrance. The quest is called the Bounty Hunter here. So once you talk to her and pick up the quest, you just talk to her again to port into the quest. Alright, so yet another quest that is generally not on my main quest list that I do. However, every now and then I will add this one in if I need the extra experience. As you see, it is a little bit of experience. By the total end, we should be getting around 6,000, maybe just a little bit more. Um, but it's not a quest that, I'm unfamiliar running. Alright, so first thing is we have a few enemies hidden along the side. We have a few more up here as well. And I definitely recommend having some sort of a trapper for this quest. It definitely would come in handy. Alright. So the first bit here, we have some spike traps right on the other side of the door. I usually just sit here and shoot them. But, of course, feel free to run into the room. The spike traps, super easy to avoid. Just wait until they go off, sneak around the corner.
The cave opens up to reveal a shallow pool with several passages leading from the room.
One thing I do want to point out, this is, again, some of the older quests that they've had in this game. And the hitbox for this campfire is massive. It includes the smoke on top, as you can see. Here, I'll zoom out. Like, it is absolutely ridiculously massive for some reason. Alright. So we have several directions that we can go. I just hope I remember which ones are which. So there's down here, there's through that door, down that path, and then up top here. So I'm gonna start by heading down the northern path here. Oh, that's for up top. Alright. Sorry about all that coughing there. Alright. So in here, this is, well, not necessarily the correct way to go, as this is actually an optional route and not required for completion. However, it does have a decent amount of breakables. As well, through this door here, which is locked, as you can see. Can we get him now? No. So first thing to note, as you can see, there is a wolf in there, and just a few more breakables here. There is a chest, not locked, not trapped, and actually behind these boxes here, we have a locked door that we can actually push through.
Were they trying to protect something within, or those without?
And then on the other side, we just have some trolls. And as you can see, killing the troll at the very end, though there are a couple extra trolls, does give you an optional for a little bit of experience. Nothing major, but for the sake of having to essentially kill one troll, an extra 200 something experience, 261, isn't overly that bad. Alright. Once you've gotten your loot or decided to skip this path altogether, the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to head up. Here. Actually, before we head, yeah, no, we'll head up first. So we got our trap. No, you know what? I'm gonna head this way first. Sorry about all this. So we're gonna head west.
The opening on the
This
other
room has
side
a
leads
lot of
beyond
traps in
the
it.
main.
As
You
well,
must
there can
cross
be
a
actual
series of
enemies at the
platforms
end.
suspended over
Um,
narrow waterways reaching.
if you're lucky enough, like I was just there to hit them, they'll obviously start shooting, making it easier for you to hit. Alright, so these up top here is just filled with traps. The trap boxes are actually located down here, um, and then continue to move on. So there's one here, one there, moving over there, over there. So they're all over the place, but they're all down on these platforms here, which does make it a little annoying for trappers, as you can't actually make these jumps. So you have to, after each one, come back up, go a little bit further, hop down again, and proceed that way. A lot of trappers, generally myself included, I tend to skip the traps and just run across. What's going on? That was weird. Now it won't let me climb the ladder. Alright. So we were having a little issue getting on the ladder, but seem to be good now. Alright. So it lets us proceed. So these traps, they would all have normally been activated, but we were able to bypass them. And I do believe there's one more trap down there. I am going to hop up here first. Get that trap box. And then hop down here and get this one. As you can see, you know, lots of traps down here. And a little tedious in order to get them all. But we've now gone through and we're safe to cross.
Campfires and torches illuminate crystal fountains, both plentiful in this area.
Alright, so this path that we went west is actually the path that we are required to go in order to complete the quest. As we do need the iron key. So now we just got one of these, pull both levers to open up our door. There's our rune crystals there. Alright. Ooh, chest. Alright, so here we go. Grab our rem chest. And now one thing that we can do is we can actually talk to Annalisa and choose whether to let her go and just like, hey, you're free, or no, you're a slave. I want you to stay as a slave. If you choose to keep her as a slave, she basically gets all upset and attacks you, which understandably. If you say, nope, you're free to go, I have no intentions of keeping you, she is happy, thank you, and that's all there is to that one. Inside of this chest, as you see, nothing but the iron key required. Alright. And once you've gotten that, we are now done this path here. Alright. So at this point, now we can actually head down to the bottom and progress. However, if we choose to come up top here, So we had that first trap box there. We have another one here. And then we're going to have one more at the ladder. And that trap for that one is actually just at the very top, but it does give you a little bit of leeway if you don't have a trapper. So you can come up here, wait for it to go off, and then cross it. Alright, so this one here in the back left-hand corner, we have our guy, Ras Clowry. And we don't, again, this is optional to obtain the jeweled key. We do want to get the jeweled key though, as it gives us extra loot at the end.
As you enter this room, strong wind and
Ouch. Minus him there and the one wolf that we had at the bottom, we have 4 archers that can be found in this room. Or I shouldn't say can, they are found in this room. They are up top on these ledges. So we've got one there, one there, one over in that corner, and then finally there should be one up in that corner there, though I don't know why he's not there. Okay, from here, our loot chest, grab our jeweled key, but that's actually not all that's in this room. If we take a swim here and we go underneath, where is it here? Right here. So directly underneath this rock, through these little reeds, they actually have a little cavern. Now in here, there is a trap. So there is a trick to this, however. Basically these blue crystals, they all shoot out with electricity. If you remain in the water when you loot the chest, you actually avoid all the damage from these traps here. Once they go off, however, that is it. They are a one-off trap. You can come up and, you know, safely loot. From here, again, you want to exit. So it is, I have myself gotten lost in here a few times. But just heading to the east, under the rock, and then over the rock through the reeds. Alright, now that we've gotten through this path here and gotten our jeweled key, that is all that's left up top here. All that's left is to head down to the very bottom and proceed to the end of the quest here. Alright. Another random trap box. You know what? Let's go grab that. As you can see, didn't really come across it. It's over there. So it does depend on which way you go. If you decide to go, you know, skirt around that side. But generally speaking, this one is out of the way and you don't usually run into that one. Alright, once we're at the bottom here, we do have ooze. There we go. We do have 2 ooze that come after us. And this door here, that is what we use the iron key for. So that'll unlock that. To our left, we have a bunch of breakables. So I'm going to quickly grab them. Behind us, we're going to have a couple of wolves and our end boss. Now, if you're lucky enough, you can actually get in, unlock, and open this door, which will have the rest of the breakables inside. So if you can grab that, then if you grab your ransack, we now have conquest, and all that's left is to kill our enemies here. Once dead, Alright, you can kill him and then open up the door. Once they are dead, all that's left is this chest up here. We can loot it, and it'll have our signet that we require, the signet ring, and that will complete the quest. As you see, just over 8,000 experience. And in our side room, which we did need that jeweled key for, it does give us a loot chest. From there, all that's left is to recall and turn in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and thank you again for joining, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one, all.